Hi. At the onset, I would like to thank the Asia Steel Forum for having us on board and allowing us to present our thoughts on the outlook of Indian steel industry. Now, let's first understand the crude steel capacity scenario. COVID-19 infections are showing a declining trend in India, and this optimistic scenario will definitely offer rooms to primary steel mills to resume their capacity expansion programs, which is in line with the national steel policy of 300 million tons of crude steel capacity by 2030-31. Of course, as we clearly see that this target may not be achieved within the deadline. However, I'm happy to inform that primary producers, like SAIL, JSW Steel, JSPL, Tata Steel, etc., have all indicated that they are forging ahead with their expansion plans, on a big scale. And I'm quite certain that the secondary steel players will also be looking forward to ramping up their capacity in order to meet the demand, that we may foresee in the years to come. For instance, if you look at primary steel mills, JSW is targeting to increase its capacity to 37.5 million tons by FY25. SAIL, for instance, has proposed to expand its capacity to almost 50 million tons under its Vision 2030 program. JSPL, which is General Steel and Power Limited, is looking at an incremental 66% crude steel capacity from FY22 till FY25. So close to 30 million tons of additional crude steel capacity will be up by FY24 with further additions beyond this period lined up. We can clearly see that the Indian crude steel capacity is likely to grow at roughly around 6.5% year on year and will touch 183 million tons by FY25 and 250 million tons by FY30. Now let's look at the Indian crude steel production scenario. As per World Bank data, India's population has increased at a CAGR of 1.2% during the period 2011 to 2017 and is expected to reach 1.52 billion by 2030. In the last decade, the urban population in India has increased at an annual rate of 2.4%. By 2030, it is estimated that around 42% of India's population will be urbanized from 31% in 2011. Also, the number of metropolitan cities in India are estimated to increase from 46 as per census 2011 to 68 in 2030. Plugging the deficiency in infrastructure will smoothen the process of urbanization by promoting ease of living and facilitating economic activity. This is where the Indian steel industry will capitalize by ramping up its capacity and production levels in the next 10 years. Indian steel mills are also focusing on testing and adopting new methods such as emphasizing on pellet usage, working towards ramping up scrap usage, and also keenly evaluating hydrogen based steelmaking technology, which is likely to ramp up production level in years to come. As we can see on the presentation, the Indian crude steel production is likely to touch 146 million tons by FY25 and roughly about 200 million tons by FY30. Now let's look at the Indian steel export scenario and the Indian steel import scenario. The Indian steel exports have gone up two times in FY21 from around 9.12 million tons in FY14 to around 19.15 million tons in FY21. We see an increase of around 62% in the Indian steel exports in FY21 over FY20. This has essentially been because of the COVID-induced lockdown in the country. However, Indian steel mills are now quite bullish in strengthening their relations with the existing markets and also exploring newer markets for exports. Indian steel exports is likely to touch 22 million tons by FY25 and 25 million tons by FY30. As far as the steel imports are concerned, what we understand is that India would likely to reduce its imports in the years to come as it wants to become self-sufficient as far as the steel segment is concerned. And also with new capacities getting operational, The dependency on imports is likely to come down, and this will be somewhere at around 3 million tons in FY25 and close to around 2 million tons by FY30. Looking at the Indian finished steel consumption scenario, so the quality of infrastructure is amongst the biggest hurdles facing the Indian government's ambition program called Make in India, which aims to improve the nation's manufacturing capabilities and support higher growth for generating employment. The total capital expenditure in infrastructure sector in India during the fiscal 2020 to 2025 is projected roughly at around 111 lakh crore rupees. During the fiscal 2020 to 2025, sectors such as energy, uh, roads, urban, railway would amount to roughly about 71% of the projected infrastructure investment in India. Out of the total national infrastructure pipeline of 111 lakh crore rupees, roughly about 44 lakh crore, which is 40% worth of the projects are under implementation stage. Rupees 34 lakh crore worth of projects are under conceptualization stage, and rupees 22 lakh crore projects are under development stage. And the information regarding the project stage are unavailable for projects worth 11 lakh crore. So clearly, as we are all aware that as far as the steel demand is concerned, the demand from infrastructure and construction sector constitutes a large chunk of the overall sectorial demand. And since the government is quite bullish, as we can clearly see in our presentation, we feel that the steel demand is likely to touch 128 million tons in FY25 and roughly around 177 million tons in FY30. That's it from our end as far as the outlook for Indian steel industry is concerned. Do visit our website www.steelmint.com for more information. Thank you.